guys, it's Way here, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the best 25k team on FIFA 19 in my opinion. Now for those of you who don't know how this series works, I go ahead and build 5 teams for a specific budget. I then go and play a few games with each squad and bring you guys a video on the best one. Now for 25,000 coins, this team is absolutely awesome. I was using it extensively in last week's FUT Rivals and I got so many wins with it, easily got to rank 1, and I won the majority of my games despite being brand new to the game and not really being that good at FIFA 19, and it was all down to the squad, which is why I'm sharing it with you guys in this video. So if you guys do enjoy, if you don't forget to leave a like on the video. Also, if you guys are new around here and you aren't yet subscribed, make sure you do so, and let me know down below in the comments what budget you'd like to see for the next squad builder on my channel. And without further ado, let's go into it. Starting off in goal, I've gone with LeConte from Montpellier. He's got a really good, well-rounded card for a keeper with all the right stats you want: good diving, handling, kicking, reflexes and positioning, and he's pretty tall as well. What more do you need? And for the price of around 700 or 800 coins, you're not going to find many better options in between the sticks. Moving up into the defence, on the left hand side I've gone with Grimaldo from Benfica, a really good, well-rounded card both defensively and going forwards. He's got all the right attributes, he's quick, really good dribbling, he's got 4-star skill moves which makes him even better on the ball, and it's always handy in the final third of the pitch. When he gets there, he's got good passing and crossing, so he can whip some good balls into the box, and then he's got some decent defensive stats as well. Next to him, I've gone with his rival from across the city, playing for Sporting. It is Jeremy Mafia, a solid, well-rounded card for a centre-back. Good pace, over 70 is what you need, and he's got 84 defending and 82 physical as well, which is really good, and he's also pretty good on the ball with 72 passing, and he is 6'2". And then next to him, I've gone with MUKIELE, one of the most overpowered and popular centre-backs on this game, as he's got 81 pace, and combine that with decent defensive and physical stats, and the fact he's 6'1", you've got yourself an absolute beast of a defender. And then completing the back four, we've got Klosterman in at right back. He's got 84 pace, good stats defensively, and he is 6'1" as well, which means he's going to win all those back post headers, which is very important on FIFA 19, as crossing and heading is very overpowered. Heading up into the midfield, in the left centre mid position, I've gone with Hector Herrera from Porto, and he's got a really nice, well-rounded card, and he's going to be your box-to-box midfielder in this squad, both defensively and going forwards. He does a very, very good job. He's got 80 physical being his standout stat. Strength, physicality and height are all very important aspects of FIFA 19, and he brings those in abundance. He's 6 foot tall, really good strength in game, and when he gets forwards into the final third, he's got good shooting, passing and dribbling ability as well. In the middle of the pitch, I've gone with Danilo Pereira. He is 6'2". He's got 89 strength as well in game, 86 physical on his card, 82 defending as well, and he's going to be your defensive midfielder. He's got medium high work rate, so he drops back, breaks up the play very effectively, and it's an absolute man mountain, very, very hard to get past for your opponent. And then completing the midfield, I've gone with Bruno Fernandez from Sporting, and he's going to be your more creative attacking midfielder. He's got some very, very good in-game stats that I'll show you guys in just a moment, but looking at the guard here, 80 shooting, 84 passing, 83 dribbling, good pace and physical on the card as well. He's the perfect attacking midfielder. As you guys can see, looking at some of these stats, he's got 87 shot power, 88 long shots, 84 volleys, good penalties as well, really good vision, crossing, free kicks, passing, curve, ball control, you name it. He's got very, very good attacking stats across the board. Everything you want really. He's a good free kick taker, a good penalty taker, his long shots are absolutely deadly, his finishing is clinical. He's just an amazing player for the price. Now completing the team, we've of course got the front three, and in the left wing position I've gone with Morales from Levante. Now there aren't actually that many good cheap options in La Liga in this position, but he's definitely one of the best with 87 pace, 83 dribbling, 4-star skill moves and weak foot, and good shooting and passing ability as well. What I most like about him is the dribbling. He just beats players so easily using his agility and balance and the dribbling and skill moves, and if you guys know how to dribble on this game, you will have a lot of fun with him. In the right wing position, I've gone with Gelson Martin. His 94 pace makes him one of the quickest players on the game, and when you combine that with 94 agility, 92 balance, and the fact that he possesses both 86 dribbling and 5-star skill moves on his card, you've got an amazing player and an absolute handful for opposition defenders. The best thing about him is just how quickly he accelerates off the mark, and when you combine that with skill moves, it means that when you beat someone, they're just not going to catch up with you, especially when you're very agile and you've just got a really low center of gravity. It's virtually unstoppable to actually stop him once he gets past you. So any low skill move, be it a knock on, maybe a heel to heel, a roulette, anything like that, once he beats you, you're not going to catch up with him. But completing the team, we've got an absolute beast, and it is Iaki Williams, and a real kind of one-of-a-kind player on FIFA 19. There are very few players with the same skill set that he has, because he's got very, very good pace at 93, but he's also got 85 strength with 79 physical on his card. He's 6'1", he's got 4-star skill moves, and he's got really good shooting, passing, and dribbling ability. And the only player I can really liken him to would be Ronaldo, who's also very quick, strong, has the skill moves and everything. There are very few players who are very, very quick and also very strong. I mean, Lukaku's up there, but he doesn't have the skill moves and he's a little bit slower. You've got people like Marega as well, but he also doesn't have the skill moves and he's quite a lot slower and doesn't really have any dribbling ability either. I think his dribbling's maybe even under 70. But Williams just has the complete skill set for a perfect striker on this game. So quick, so very, very hard to stop. Very strong as well, so even if you do manage to catch up with him, he'll most likely just shrug you off the ball. And he's got the skill moves, the dribbling, so he can beat players very, very easily, and then the passing and shooting. So when he gets into the penalty area, he's going to be able to score and create chances. And then add to the fact that he's 6'1" to the mix, and you've got yourself a really good target man as well. So there's nothing really that he doesn't have that you don't really need on the game. He's got everything for a perfect striker, so an absolute beast in game, just so hard to defend against. Just like the rest of this front three, you've got so much pace up here, really good dribbling ability. You've got a very well balanced midfield as well, with a box-to-box midfielder in a Herrera. You've got Pereira, who's going to sit back and just break up the play, and then Bruno Fernandez, who is an absolute beast. You're sleeping on him if you haven't tried him out. Those in-game stats are crazy, and it makes him actually one of the best attacking midfielders on the game. And then defensively, two very solid centre-backs. They're quite quick, especially in Mukiele's case with 81 pace. They've also got good defending and physical. They're quite tall, perfect centre-back partnership. Your two full-backs are good defensively and going forwards, and you've got a solid keeper behind them. All round, it's a very, very good team. So in terms of custom tactics, I've set my defensive style to pressure and heavy touch, as I think that gives you the best of both worlds, between just standing there and not really pressing at all and letting your opponent play around you, and pressing all the time and using up lots of stamina. It means that you're still going to have a good amount of fitness left by the end of the game, but you're actually going to be pressing the ball and you have a good chance of winning it back. I've left my width and depth, I think, just on the default settings right here. I mean, you don't really have much need to change these unless you're using a really random formation that's either really wide or really narrow. I've set my offensive style to fast build up. You can also just set it on the default on balance, but I like playing quite fast counter-attacking FIFA, and this works well for me. I've set my width to 3 off the top, so that's 7 out of 10. I've put players on the box up to 8 out of 10 because we've got Iaki Williams, who is a very good player in the air. I feel that works quite well, and we do have other tall midfielders like Herrera and Pereira who can also get in the box and do damage there. And as crossing is very overpowered, I do want to take advantage of that and have plenty of players in the box. Likewise on corners, I've set that quite high because we've got plenty of tall players, so you do want to take advantage of that, and it gives you a better chance of scoring some headers on corners. And then free kicks, I've also set to 4 out of 5. I do this with pretty much any team just because, as I've mentioned several times, crossing is OP. You want to take advantage of that, and that is the best way to do so. And then in terms of instructions, as you guys can see, I've set Iaki Williams to stay central and get him behind. If you prefer crossing, you can set him to target man, but I like kind of a bit of both, so I play it through the middle sometimes to take advantage of the pace, but also I can cross it, and I think that gives you a good balance between the two. And then Morales is on getting behind, as is Gelson Martins. That just allows them to get into space, exploit it with their pace and dribbling, and it means they can put good balls into the box and also get into the box for goals as well. Now in the midfield, I've set Danilo Pereira to stay back whilst attacking. That's it. I've left the other two just how they are. There's no need to change them. And then my fullbacks are also set to stay back whilst attacking. That's just something I've done ever since custom tactics have been introduced. Most people do it. I'd recommend it. It just makes you more solid defensively. That is the team, and I really would recommend trying it out for 25,000 coins, but I'm not just going to give you my word. We're going to get on into a game with it, and hopefully you guys will see just how good it is on FIFA 19. This is my opponent's team. He's got a primarily Premier League side, some really good players in there, but then he's got two random players in the defence. What I'm really confused about is why he's used a centre-back and right-back, and then a left-back at centre-back. He could swap them around, but regardless of those bronzes, the other players in that squad, although they are loanees, are pretty decent. Nice bit of skill there from Williams. He's just breaking forwards and no one can stop him. Breaking into space. I've played it out wide now to Morales, who cuts that back, swings that to the back post, and it was actually Gelson Martins flying in with a scissor kick. Couldn't quite connect with it. Pereira in the midfield plays that through to Fernandez with a nice first touch to get it past one and another, but in the end it's a little bit too heavy and does get intercepted. But Pereira is also in there to intercept. Fernandez again on the ball, turns the defender very well, goes for the long shot, and it is blocked, but that looked like that was going top bins. That was a vital block there. He's flicked up, goes for the volley, and that would have been some goal, but in the end it's not a goal at all. It's out for a goal kick. Look at that, he just gets that with his first touch, kind of nutmegs himself almost. I'm not sure how that would work in real life. That's one of those new flicks. It's actually a corner rather than a goal kick, which is what I initially thought. And it's aimed in there, no one wins it. and I'm very, very open now on the counter. I need to be careful because this guy's got both Salah and Sane as his front three, or in his front three anyway. So some really good players. I know they're on loan, but that doesn't make them bad. I mean, they're still the same players. Fernandes now on the ball, loads of space in the midfield and a lot of options too. He picks out Herrera nicely, who then plays it through to Williams. De Gea's rushing out, but that is just smashed past the keeper, and it is 1-0. Despite having De Gea, the best keeper on the game, Iaki Williams smashes that past him. The power on that shot, I think he's got nearly 90 shot power, and that's without even applying a camera style. If you put like a Hawk camera style or maybe a finisher or something like that on him, he's going to have basically 99 shot power, which is amazing. It makes his long shots or just any type of finishes very, very good. Exactly like that one. It's 1-0. So looking at the halftime stats, it's 1-0 to me. That's the most important stat and the only one that really counts. I've also had more shots and significantly more on target. He has had slightly more possession, but he hasn't really done much with it because he's only had one shot on target, and I think that was a long shot anyway. He hasn't really done much to trouble my keeper, and we definitely have. De Gea's made some key saves. I've gone with some questionable decisions though with those chips, so I think we can get the win hopefully. I just have to stick with it moving into the second half. Sane's out wide. He plays that through into Eriksen. That is an amazing save by my keeper. I was fully expecting the net to bulge there and me to concede and it to be 1-1. That was a crazy, crazy save, and it's not over yet. The shot from, I think that was Sean Wright-Phillips. Yeah, it is quite far wide. Is that Sean Wright-Phillips or Bradley Wright-Phillips? I'm not sure. I think they both play for the same team, but that is quite wide. But I mean, early on already, within the first couple of minutes, he's already had 2 big attempts on goal, both of which could have gone in, but in the end, it's still 1-0. Sane's through, and he's got a lot of pace. Sane is so good. I've used him quite a bit already, and it's in the bottom corner there from Mo Salah. That was all Sane and Salah, those 2 players, which I think on his team are definitely the hardest to deal with, just because of how quick they are. I've used both of them with those loan versions, and they're just so hard to defend against, so quick. I mean, they are lone players, but that doesn't take anything away from them. It doesn't make them any worse. They're still the same players, and they're still really good. Sane's through again with the support there from Salah, but what I'm going to try and do is just focus on that side with the bronze players, which I believe is the left-hand side for him. We've got Morales now in there. He's up against one of those bronze players, and he beats him. He plays that through to my man Gelson Martins, who then played it across the box, and that was very, very panicky defending and panicky attacking from me as well. This game is very, very open. We're both having a lot of chances. We're both giving the ball away quite a lot because we're both pressing fairly often. But I mean, there we go. We've got Morales now wide. Got some more space. Again, I'm focusing on those bronze players. Swung it into the middle. And we've got Pereira now, who can get past that defender very nicely. Into Fernandez now, goes for the finesse shot. Wasn't really the right angle to go for that. I should have gone with the other foot. That's what I meant to do anyway. That's a good ball through to Ramsey. Goes for the shot, and that is a brilliant, brilliant save from Leconte. Low down again, just like that chance with Eriksen earlier on. I fully expected the ball to go into the back of the net. They're brilliant, brilliant keeping from Leconte. This guy, I mean, he's really warming up in the second half. He's had a few very deadly attempts on goal, which I thought were going in. Herrera's intercepted the ball back in the midfield. He's played that into Morales now, who's going all the way through the defence. Jackson can't cope with him. He cuts it back, swings it into the back post, and we're in there with Gelson Martins in the final minute of the game. He's in there with a back post header, and he always seems to do that, Martins. I'm not sure how tall he is, but he actually scores a lot of back post headers for me. I think it's because Morales' delivery is really good. He always seems to get it straight where I want it. And there we go. It was Martins with the goal. It was, what's his name again? I've forgotten the name of my left winger. Morales, I think. Yeah, Morales with the assist. Really nice ball into the box. I think Herrera started the attack off with a nice interception. And that's pretty much it. We've got like a minute now to hold on. Let's just not concede now. Nice bit of defending there. Just smash it up the pitch. There we go. Final whistle, 2-1. I feel I did deserve to win that game, especially based on the second half, or the first half performance rather. Second half, he got back into it. He had a few chances, but I felt we defended pretty well overall. We'll see the stats there. I think he may have had maybe a few more shots. We'll see. In the end, though, it's actually Herrera who gets the man of the match award. Very, very good performance from him. He's just all over the place, always breaking up the play, always very, very good in that midfield position. Iaki Williams got 1 goal, and in the end, Martins didn't actually get the second goal. I'm not sure why. Must have been an own goal or something. No one got the assist either, but obviously that doesn't make sense. I mean, Martins would have got the assist. I think it was an own goal. That's how it works. And then Morales should have got the assist because he's the person who actually swung in. But I mean, it doesn't really matter. You guys can see some of the other stats down here. But yeah, let's just take a look at those final stats there. We get the 2-1 win. That is what counts. We actually had the same number of shots. I had several more on target. He had a little bit more possession. So quite an even game, but I think based on the quality of those chances, I did deserve to win just based on the first half mainly, where I had a lot of good chances. In the second half though, he did get back into it. He had some good shots, but my defence and keeper were up for it and managed to get the blocks in, the saves. And there we go, 2-1 win. That's what counts. Hopefully that showed you guys just how good this team is, playing against what was a very, very solid side. I know it was loan players, but they're still really good players, the likes of Sane, Salah, Eriksson as well, Mahrez. He did have 2 bronze players, but apart from that, it was a very solid team. But anyway, hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like on it. Let me know down below what budget for the next squad build you'd like to see on my channel, and I'll see you guys later. Take care.